21-16 Platte Valley in this third place game of the Patriot League tournament from Greeley. We'll head to the third quarter momentarily. Once again, here's what happened earlier today. In the seventh place game, the Weld Central girls lost to University in overtime, 36-27. Weld Central boys in their seventh place game lost to University 48-38. So Weld Central will not be going on either the boys and girls sides. In the fifth place game, the Estes Park girls defeated Meade 31-28. The Meade boys over Berthoud 60-57. In the third place girls game, Berthoud won over Valley at the buzzer on a Kendall Baker bucket, 39-37. Landon Gentry, Dylan Jones, Junior Gonzalez, Jordan Dunn, and Connor Hatton for Platte Valley. It'll be Gregory Mayers, Colby Needens, Randy Baker, Mitch Tormolen, and Jeffrey Dunker for Brush. Needens to throw it into Maris. Here comes the senior into the front court on the outside right to Dunker. Guarded by Dunn. Gets a pick from Baker, dribbling to his left. Looking at the free throw line for Tormolen. Down low, wide open. Mares lays it up and misses an easy layup. And the ball is rebounded by Gentry. What a good look that was by Tormolen. But unfortunately, Mares could not finish it off. Platte Valley still on the 7-0 run, dating back to the second quarter. Gonzalez on a high left at the top for Jones on the outside right towards Dunn. And the ball went off of Dunn's leg out of bounds, forced by Mares, who's playing some very good defense in this game. 10 turnover for Platte Valley. And here comes Brush. On the outside left, Needens with the basketball. Fakes the three, steps in, backs it. The three's good. Nice job by Needens. Had a little shifty movement there to his body, and he scored. Colby Needens with a second three. The B-Diggers down by only two, 21-19. In the opening 1 minute of this third quarter. Jones on the outside right to Dunn. At the top, Gentry. He fakes the three, picked up by Dunker. Looking, spinning, back out to Dunn. Dribbles to his right. Between his legs against Mares. In the right corner to Gonzalez. Against Baker. Dribbles to his left. Left of the lane. Left corner for Hatton. Back out to Gentry. Gentry against Dunker. Nearly stripped all the way. Scoops it up, and he missed it. Rebound to Jones. He puts it up and in off the glass. Jones wasn't blocked out there. He's got 7 rebounds to go along with 8 points. Platte Valley in the lead, 23-19. Baker with the basketball to his right. Looking down low. Baker swings it towards the right corner, but nobody was there. He was anticipating a cut, maybe by Dunker, and the B-Diggers turn it over for the 11th time.
Both teams are staying with their man-to-man, so it's going to come down to who sets up the screens, who sets the screens better.
And to throw it in will be Dunn. B-Diggers will pressure in the backcourt. Over to Gentry. On the bounce pass to Dunn. Dribbles by Baker. Still in the backcourt to Gentry. Gentry front court bounce pass to Dunn. Back out to Gentry. Gentry on the outside left, picked up by Mares. Cross court to Dunn. Dunn with a long three, and that's good. Jordan Dunn hits it from about 23. That's an NBA three for Jordan Dunn. He's got 8 in the game. And then Dylan Jones takes it away in the front court. B-Diggers turn it over for the 12th time. Dunn with the basketball against Dunker. Backs up over to Gonzalez. Fakes the three. Right of the lane. Back out to Dunn. Another long three. That's off the back of the rim. And the ball is tipped away out of bounds, and it's off Tormolen. Platte Valley with a 26-19 lead. 5:47 to go, third quarter. And to throw it in will be Cameron Maxey. Maxey looking, still looking. Lobs it near the top, and Mares tried to tip it away, and he does. Looked like Mares got held up. Baker has it in the front court. Baker all the way, leans, shoots, scores, fouled, and Baker to the line. The foul was committed by Cameron Maxey. Strong move by Randy Baker. Maxey with his first foul. So Baker to the line. What a move by Baker. That was close to going the other way, but Baker now to try and convert the three-point play. The free throw is off the back of the rim, and the rebound to Dylan Jones, who's closing it on a double-double, 8 points, 8 rebounds. Here's Maxey back out to Dunn, fakes the three, and then a foul on Gregory Mares, his first. Rush still within striking range, 5:33 to go, third quarter, 26-21. At 1305 Edison Street in Brush, your local Napa Auto Parts store, CNC Auto Parts. 3/4 court, Maxey to trigger it in. And we've got an official's timeout. Oh, all right. Now Maxey to throw it in. Over to Dunn. Cross-court pass to Gentry beyond the three-point line. Penetrates left baseline all the way. Scoops it up and in, and a foul by Colby Needens. He went underneath Needens' arm and scored. And Gentry to the line. He's got 10 in the game. Needens commits his first foul. Platte Valley back up by 7, 28-21. A smooth move by the senior Landon Gentry. The free throw is in the air, and that one is well short. And the rebound to Baker. Baker on the outlet to Dunker. Dunker on the outside left against Gentry, spinning on Gentry. Dribbles by Gentry at the free throw line, back out to Baker. Baker dribbles by 2, and he's bodied up and fouled. Dylan Jones and Jordan Dunn were there. Jones commits the foul, but it's only his first. Three-quarters court to throw it in will be Maris, with Brush trailing 28-21. Near the top for Baker. Baker against Jones, dribbles to his left of the lane, in the lane, tries to scoop it up, but it's knocked out of bounds by Jones. It'll stay with Brush. At 417 Main Street in Fort Morgan, getting your hearing to its very best at Platte Valley Hearing Center. Maris to the right of the basket. Looking, still looking, bounce pass to Dunker, left of the lane against Gonzalez. Dunker backing in, hooking, scoring. Jeffrey Dunker with a nice move. They need more of that.
They do.
28-23. Dunn in the right corner for Maxey against Dunker. Looking to his left. Back out to Dunn on the high right. In the right corner for Maxey. Maxey dribbling to his left. Bodied up by Dunker. Looking down low. Foul by Dunker. That's a good call. Dunker just way too close on the offender.
Well, and I think what Coach Garcia has told the guards to do, or the forwards, whoever's on the out, is to try and help out Mitch on the inside by making sure that they can't see the pass easy.
Junior Gonzalez is out, and Connor Hatton is back in for Platte Valley. Maxey to throw it in. Near the top for Dunn. He fakes the three, steps in, backs up, dribbles to his left, picks up his dribble. Looking in the left corner for Maxey. Maxey against Dunker, dribbling to his right. Looking down low. Cross-court pass taken right corner by Gentry against Mares. Dribbling to his left, picks up the dribble. Still looking, kicks it at the top for Maxey. Down low for Jones. Foul from behind by Tormolen. And for Tormolen, that is going to be his third foul. And they've got to keep Tormolen in the game because without him in there, they're really undersized. Hatton to throw it in. Hatton lobs it at the top for Jones. On the outside left to Gentry. Gentry gets a pick from Jones, backs up, can't take that three. On the outside right, Dunn in the right corner for Hatton. Entry pass for Jones, and he feeds it down low for Maxey, and he lost the ball out of bounds. 12 turnovers for Platte Valley, equaling Brush's turnover total, that is. There comes Mares for the Beat Diggers. 4:13 to go, third quarter. Platte Valley 28, Brush 23. Mares on the outside left to Baker. Baker dribbling at the top, in the lane, all the way, scoops it up off the rim and in! Randy Baker with a nice move. Beat Diggers down 28-25 as that underhand scoop was perfect by Randy Baker. He's got 6 in a game. Here comes Gentry the other way with 3:49 to go, third quarter. Gentry against Baker, picks up the dribble, cross court to Dunn. Dunn against Maris. At the top for Maxey. Maxey dribbling to his right. Cross-court pass to Hatton, back out to Maxey. Maxey guarded by Needens on the high right, kicks it back out to Dunn against Mares. Spinning at the free throw line, left of the lane, left corner. Faking a three is Hatton, and Hatton was fouled by Dunker. Dunker commits his second foul. Dunn is out, Schneider is in, Rosenbrock and Bryce Needens are in, Jeffrey Dunker and Mitch Tormolen are out, so the Beat Diggers are undersized. Junior Gonzalez back in for Platte Valley with 3:26 to go.
You almost said it. I just got to call you on that. You almost said Ortiz.
No, I didn't. Here we go. Three-quarters court. Hatton to throw it in. Lobs it at the top for Schneider. Schneider against Colby Needens on the outside left to Gentry. Entry pass Jones. Wide open. Banks and scores. To the left of the basket was Dylan Jones. Yeah, without Tormolen in there, the Beat Diggers are going to have a tough time handling him. 30-25 Platte Valley. Here's Bryce Needens with a basketball. Bounce pass to the free throw line for Baker against Gonzalez. Spins in the lane. Then he was either tripped up or traveled. He traveled. Because Baker fell down. Turnover number 13 for Brush. As he matures and gets a little bit older, that move in the lane is going to be very beneficial, not only for him scoring, but kicking the ball back out. but at times there's a loss of control there. But Baker used that same move to score in the last possession. Gentry fakes the three in the left corner, kicks it back out to Hatton. Hatton against Bryce Needhams right in the lane. Is going to spin it back out to Schneider. Schneider with 2:42 to go in the third. Platte Valley 30, Brush 25. At the top for Hatton, guarded by Bryce Needhams. Dribbles to his right of the lane, all the way, scoops it up short. And Kyle Rosenbrock has the rebound for the Beat Diggers. Rosenbrock into the front court on the high left with a basketball. In the left corner for Bryce Needhams. Dribbles to his right, foul by, oh no. That's going to go against the Beat Diggers, I guess, on the end line. Turnover for Brush is their 14th. So Platte Valley trying to extend a 5-point lead. It was a 5-point lead at the break. And this quick-moving game, committed to serving those in production ag. Premier Farm Credit is the gold standard in ag lending. We've had only 7 free throws the entire game. On the outside right, Gentry with a basketball at the top for Schneider. Dribbles left of the lane all the way, leans and throws up an air ball. And the ball is rebounded by Hatton. Hatton back out. Gonzalez left corner. Gentry blocked on the three by Baker. And taken away by Bryce Needhams. Here comes Needhams into the front court. Needhams in the lane, bounce pass to Baker, up and under, shoots and scores on the right baseline as he got Jones in the air. Nice job by Randy Baker. He's got 6 in the quarter and 8 in the game. Platte Valley 30, Brush 27, a minute 38 to go. And that pass is knocked out of bounds by Baker. Baker's been a major force here in the third quarter. In fact, he's got 6 of the 11 points scored by the Beat Diggers. Baker gets a well-deserved rest. Austin Garcia and Vince Albo are back in. And to throw it in will be Connor Hatton. Hatton near midcourt to Dunn. Dunn on the outside left to Hatton. At the top for Gonzalez. Gonzalez looking, spinning. On the outside left feeds Logan Sitzman. In the right corner to Hatton, back out to Dunn. And Maris is right on top of him. Dribbles to his left, picked up by Garcia. Left of the free throw line, back out to Sitzman. A minute 14 to go. Sitzman entry pass tipped away. It's loose on the floor, out of bounds. It's off the Beat Diggers. Oh no, it's off Platte Valley. Nice job by Brush defensively. Beat Digger basketball, turnover number 13. And we've got a timeout called by Platte Valley head coach Dave Meckelberg. A 30-second timeout. The Beat Diggers can tie it with a 3, trailing 30-27. What's been impressive for the Beat Diggers, as you mentioned in the first half, has really been their defensive performance.
Well, and I was just going to say, they changed their defense on the Platte Valley Broncos. They went from straight up man-to-man. They went into a 3-2 zone, which means you have 3 on the outside and 2 on the inside, which means also gives the chance for whoever's the wing on the side where like Jones or Junior is, they're going to collapse.
No, that's true.
So they're going to get double teamed every time. So I don't know if they'll stay in that or if they'll keep switching that depending on makes and misses.
Garcia to throw it in the back court.
And it looks like a full court press here looks like a soft one.
Yeah, Platte Valley's going to back off now. Yep. Maris will cross the timeline against Logan Sitzman. On the outside right, the chest pass to Garcia, guarded by Schneider, dribbles to his right, gets a pick from Rosenbrock, looking down low, backs up for a 3, and it's in for Austin Garcia, and the game is tied at 30 with 47 seconds to go in the third. The Beat Diggers now on a nice run. They were down by 7. Sitzman against Albo on the high right, towards the top to Schneider, on the outside left to Hatton, guarded by Bryce Needhams. Hatton, and we got a whistle and a foul. That's going to be an offensive foul on Junior Gonzalez, who ran right through Kyle Rosenbrock. And for Platte Valley, that is their 14th turnover, and the Beat Digger faithful are certainly happy about that.
They are, and Kyle did a good job. He's not got his arms straight or anything. He's on the side of him. He's playing good defense, getting around to both sides wherever the ball's going. He did a great job on that.
That was a nice deserved 3 by Garcia. Had a couple of threes go in and out earlier in this game. And here come the Beat Diggers and Gregory Maris with 27 seconds to go. On the outside left, Albo with a basketball with a game tied at 30, dribbling to his right towards the top. On the outside left, Rosenbrock penetrates left baseline. Bounce pass inside is knocked away, intercepted by Dunn. Ball knocked away from behind, but taken by Dunn. And reverse pass taken by Jones, and he banks and scores, and a foul. Wow, and then behind the back pass off the Beat Digger turnover, and the Beat Digger foul was committed by Rosenbrock, his first, and Dylan Jones to the line. Both teams have turned it over 5 times in a quarter. The Jones free throw is short, and the rebound to Rosenbrock. B-Diggers can tie it here with 8 seconds to go in the third. Mares into the front court with 5, on the outside right with 4. Hands it off to Garcia with 3. Backs up for a long 3, and that's off to the right, and Jordan Dunn grabs the rebound. And that is the end of the third quarter with the score. Platte Valley 32, Brush 30. This is 1010 KSIR and KSIR.com. Platte Valley 32, Brush 30 as we head to the fourth quarter in this third place game in the Patriot League tournament. Joined by Jen Goodall, I'm John Beltran. It'll be Gregory Mares, Jeffrey Dunker, Colby Needens, Randy Baker, and Mitch Tormolen for Brush. Dylan Jones, Landon Gentry, Junior Gonzalez, Connor Hatton, and the ball handler, Jordan Dunn for Platte Valley. Dunn on the outside left, throws it to Gonzalez, guarded by Baker, picks up his dribble on the outside right to Hatton. Down low for Jones, dribbling back out to Gentry. Gentry on the outside left against Colby Needens. At the top for Dunn, fakes the 3, dribbles into the lane, right corner wide open, Hatton 3 is short. Rebound to Colby Needens, his second rebound. B-Diggers can tie it with a 2 or take the lead with a 3. Needens on the outside left, over to Mayer. Straight away 3 in the air, and it's off to the left. And the rebound to Dunker, bounce pass to Tormolen, turns, shoots, blocked out of there, and it's still loose. Taken by Needens, little 15-footer. Yes, for Colby Needens. And the game is tied at 32. Well, the B-Diggers got very aggressive there on that rebound. Talk about second chance points.
That was a second and a third. That was good.
We've got 7 minutes to go in the game. Gonzalez with the entry pass right in the lane against Baker, and he banks and scores. Strong move by Junior Gonzalez. Platte Valley 34, Brush 32. 6:48 to go in the game. Mares for Brush. On the outside left to Baker. Baker with the basketball. Cross court for Needens. Dribbles to his right. Feeds it off to Tormolen at the free throw line. Tormolen on the outside right to Mares. Mares dribbles to his left. At the top, back out to Needens. He'll take the 3, and that's off to the right. And the ball is loose, and it's saved in by Dunker. Back out to Baker. Baker jump pass down low, and Needens is fouled, or no, it's knocked out of bounds.
Knocked out of bounds.
It will stay with Brush. With 6:21 to go, Mares to throw it in. To the left of the basket. Mares looking, still looking. Bounce pass to Dunker on the right baseline.
He's got that mismatch, take him up.
And then Dunker, I think, was fouled there by Jordan Dunn. Now, did he go for a shot, or was it on the floor? And the foul by Dunn is going to be his second, and they'll throw it in. That is 14 fouls for Platte Valley. B-Diggers have 6. Mares to throw it in that right corner for Tormolen. Back out to Dunker on the high right. Dunker cross-court passes off Tormolen's hand out of bounds. B-Diggers turn it over for a 16th time in the game. So Platte Valley basketball with 6:11 to go, leading by 2.
Had the right idea, though. Mitch had his defender moved up the lane a little bit for that lob.
Let's see how patient Platte Valley is here with a basketball in this low-scoring game. On the outside left, Dunn. At the top for Gonzalez. Dribbles to his right over to Hatton. Hatton, cross-court pass tipped away by Needens. In the backcourt, saved by Gentry. So no over and back. Then stolen by Dunker. Dunker all the way, lays it up, and he missed an easy layup. But the rebound to Baker, he fades, and he misses. And then the ball is tipped by Gentry, but Gentry went over the back of Dunker. So that's a foul on Platte Valley.
Those are those 50-50 balls that you're seeing a lot more hustle from the Diggers right now, and it's paying off for them.
Got to make those layups, though.
Yep.
Maris to throw it in. Maris looking down low. Still looking. Bounce pass to Dunker. Left of the lane against Jones. He's going to have to dribble it back out towards the top. Dunker cross court to Baker. Baker on the high left gets a pick from Maris into the lane. And then was the ball knocked out of bounds? It was. We were shielded off that particular play, but the B-Diggers retained possession with 5:35 to go. Trailing by 2, Northeastern Colorado's hometown savings and loan with locations in Brush and Fort Morgan is Equitable Savings and Loan, and Maris threw it off the back of Gentry. So the B-Diggers just retained possession.
Well, and that was smart because you don't want to burn a timeout if you don't have to right here.
Maris still looking. Throwing it again. Bounce pass to Dunker. Dunker on the right baseline. Back out to Maris. Maris, and then we have a whistle and an offensive foul as Dunker hooked his arm around the defender. And that will be the 17th turnover for the Bead Diggers and the third personal by Jeffrey Dunker. Here's Jordan Dunn with the basketball. Dunn against Mares on the outside right to Hatton. Over to Junior Gonzalez, stripped by Dunker. Bead Diggers have a 2-on-1. Dunker, middle of the lane, bounce pass to Mares, and Mares is going to be fouled. And he's going to get 2 shots there as he tried to go for a shot, and he was mauled. And the foul was committed by Junior Gonzalez, his second. Turnovers are fairly even. Bead Diggers have committed 17, and Platte Valley was 16.
Well, and when you have 2 evenly matched teams as we have right here, that's what's going to happen.
Mares has not scored in the game, and now he has. We are deadlocked. If Mares can make this free throw, it's 34-33 with 5:14 to go. Welcome home to your hometown grocery store featuring Morgan County's largest variety. The Brush Grocery Cart. Second free throw is in. Platte Valley 34, Brush 34. Well, this is it. It's a brand new ball game. Jordan Dunn crossing midcourt. This is a huge game in terms of seeding. Jones at the top for Gonzalez on the outside left for Dunn. Penetrating left baseline. Bounce pass to Hatton. Hatton's pass tipped away by Needhams. Taken by Gentry at the top. On the outside right to Hatton. On the high right, back out to Dunn. Right corner for Gonzalez. High right to Dunn. Over to Hatton. Left corner for Gentry. Gentry to his right. Kicks it back out to Hatton. Cross court to Dunn. Picked up by Maris. Maris with the basketball. On the outside left to Gonzalez. Here is Dunn on the high right. Dunn looking down low over to Hatton. Left corner. Gentry wide open 3 is well short. Colby Needhams has the rebound for Brush and a hop. The Bead Diggers looking to grab the lead with 4:22 to go in the game. Dunker on the high right over to Baker at the top, dribbling left of the lane. A jump pass back out to Mares, pulls up 15-footer, is short. Ball is tipped around in the hands of Dunker, and he puts it up and in. Dunker off the glass, off the rebound, and the Bead Diggers are in the lead. Dunker now with 6, Brush 36, Platte Valley 34, and we got a Platte Valley timeout. 4:03 to go in the game. The Bead Diggers by 2. You're listening to the 2012 Patriot League Tournament from Greeley on 1010 KSIR and KSIR.com. Connor Hatton to throw it in for Platte Valley near the right corner, trailing Brush 36-34 with 4:03 to go in this third place game in the Patriot League Tournament. Backs it out to Jordan Dunn. Platte Valley's led by as many as 7 in the game, but the Bead Diggers have overtaken the Broncos. Gentry, jump pass to Gonzalez down low. He scoops it up. Blocked by Tormolin. Gonzalez gets it back and misses on the follow. Gonzalez to the line. And the Bead Digger foul was committed by Colby Needhams, his second. It'll be Gonzalez to the stripe. He can tie the game with 2 made free throws. The senior delivers and is good. That's 5 points for Gonzalez in the game. Brush leads 36-35 with 3:52 to go. Justin Schneider is back in for Platte Valley. Second free throw is up, and that is going to be around and in. And we're deadlocked at 36. Cameron Maxey now in for Platte Valley, and the Broncos will apply the pressure of the backcourt. Dunker, Bryce Needhams, Austin Garcia now in, Mitch Tormolin and Colby Needhams. Bryce Needhams into the front court against Cameron Maxey. Dribbles to his left of the lane, back out to Tormolin. Left corner for Garcia. Garcia back out to Colby Needhams on the left baseline. His runner is up and no good, and the ball is tipped around, and it's out of bounds, and it is off of the Bead Diggers. Platte Valley basketball. That was actually a pretty decent look there by Needhams, but just couldn't knock it down. Jordan Dunn back in for Justin Schneider, who was in there for about a cup of coffee. With 3:35 to go, and we're tied at 36 in a game that looks like it's going to go down to the wire. Dunn for Platte Valley on the high left to Gentry. Gentry gets a pick from Gonzalez, picks up the dribble, looking, still looking, hands it off to Dunn against Gregory Mares. Dunn between his legs, dribbling to his right, in the right corner for Hatton, to his left against Garcia. At the top for Gentry, looking down low for Jones, can't feed him, back out to Dunn. Left corner, Gonzalez against Dunker, penetrates left baseline, then a foul, and that's going to be the 19th foul against the Bead Diggers. And the foul is committed by Austin Garcia. No, check that. That'll be Jeffrey Dunker. That's going to be his 4th. And Gonzalez to shoot 1 and 1. The free throw is in the air, and that one is around and in and out. And the Beat Diggers have the rebound. Mitch Tormolen wrestles it away. Here comes Needens into the front court with 3 minutes to go. Left of the lane, and his jump pass intercepted there. Intercepted by Landon Gentry. The Beat Diggers have turned it over 18 times. Platte Valley can now take the lead. We're deadlocked at 36, 2:48 to go in the game. Gentry looking back out to Schneider, who was out, in, and in. Over to Dylan Jones, left of the lane. Left corner for Gentry. Bounce pass to Jones, and then stripped away by Dunker. Boy, he's played some great defense in this game. Austin Garcia in the backcourt over to Colby Needens. And you're right, the Beat Diggers on that entry pass have done an excellent job defensively. And we've got a timeout. Good timeout called by head coach Ken Garcia with 2:29 to go in the game. 32nd timeout with a game deadlocked at 36. And Dylan Jones has been held scoreless in the fourth quarter after scoring 12 points over the first three.
Well, and they've done a good job on both of the big guys with Gonzalez and Jones. Keeping them in containment inside the lane is tough, especially when they're a little bit bigger than we are size-wise. So to do that is I give my hats off to the boys. Your
one-stop shop for all of your banking and investment needs, from checking to savings to IRAs, is Morgan Federal Bank, 321 Inside Street, Morgan Federal Bank. There's a difference. Member FDIC, equal housing lender. Cameron Maxey, Landon Gentry, Justin Schneider, Dylan Jones, and Connor Hatton for Platte Valley. Randy Baker, Mitch Tormolen, Gregory Mayers, Colby Needens, and Jeffrey Dunker for Brush. With 2 minutes and 29 seconds to go. Brush 36, Platte Valley 36. This is for third place in the Patriot League tournament. Dunker with the basketball over to Mitch Tormolen on the high left. Tormolen looking, swings it right side to Baker. Baker right of the lane. He's going to have to back it out, looking down low, but nothing there. Bounce pass right baseline to Dunker in the lane. Over to Mitch Tormolen. The shot is up and in on the left wing for Mitch Tormolen. And the Beat Diggers lead 38-36. That was a big shot by Mitch, and the ball knocked out of bounds in the front court by Colby Needens as Cameron Maxey had possession of the basketball. Platte Valley will retain possession with 2:01 to go. That's a shot that Tormolen doesn't take much, but he was wide open, and he was confident and knocked it down. Dunker and Colby Needens are out. Kyle Rosenbrock.
And that's smart with Jeffrey having 4 fouls, even though he's been a big player in the defense area.
Oh, the Beat Diggers broke down, and off the inbounds pass, Landon Gentry scores off the glass. He cut to the basket and was wide open. And we are deadlocked at 38 with 1:48 to go. Baker with the basketball. Near the top of the outside left, feeds Tormolen back out to Baker. Baker, crossover dribble, left of the lane. Has to back it out to Garcia. Takes a three, and that is off to the left. Rebound to Mayers, little 10-footer. Good for Gregory Mayers on the left wing. Brush now leads 40-38. And that was right place, right time, because that's just a rebound that, quite frankly, is off a fortunate bounce.
That was, and you know what I like is Randy going after Junior Gonzalez on the drive, because I don't think that he can keep up with him. I don't think he can move his feet well enough without fouling to keep in containment. So if that's going to be a matchup, I think that's a great mismatch for the Diggers.
It was Jordan Dunn that scored that bucket for Platte Valley. Their last possession off the inbounds pass from Gentry, not vice versa. Nonetheless, the Beat Diggers have a 40-38 lead with 1:33 to go.
Well, that was a pretty inbounds play. They got stuck on the screens and just ran the outside route. Almost like the picket fence.
I'll make it. John Beltran with Jen Goodall and with a Jimmy Chitwood reference.
Got to talk about Hoosier. It's a great movie. Basketball. Playoff scene.
Gonzalez, Gentry, along with Jones, Dunn, and Hatton for Platte Valley. Beat Diggers with some substitutions. Rosenbrock, Tormolen, Mayers, Baker, and Austin Garcia. Platte Valley basketball under 1.5 minutes to go. Brush leads 40-38. Dunn into the front court. Bounce pass to the high left for Gentry. Gentry dribbling to his left against Tormolen. Backs up, picked up by Baker. Bounce pass down low for Jones. Spinning. Left corner, Gentry fakes the three, and then Baker fouls him. Jones, check that. Gentry will go to the line. That'll be the double bonus. And 2 free throws as Baker commits his first foul. Gentry to the line. Gentry is 3 out of 5 from the line. The free throw is up and good for Landon Gentry. Jordan Dunn is out. Justin Schneider is in. Colby Needens and Jeffrey Dunker replace Kyle Rosenbrock and Austin Garcia. With 1:17 to go, the Bead Diggers up by a point. A missed free throw, and the Bead Diggers will hold the ball. This free throw's up and in, though. The game is deadlocked at 40. Pressure in the backcourt. Tormolen throws it into Mares. Mares looking over for play instructions. Dribbles across midcourt with 1:09 to go. Over to Dunker on the high left. Dunker with the basketball, dribbling towards the top. Cross court to Baker. Baker right of the lane. All the way, scoops in. An offensive foul as Baker ran right in to the Platte Valley defender. Dylan Jones and Junior Gonzalez were right there, and Baker with a strong move, but way too strong. And the Bead Diggers turn it over for a 19th time in the game. Platte Valley with 1:02 to go has the basketball. Now how much clock will they eat? Here is Jordan Dunn into the front court. Dunn against Gregory Mares on the outside left to Gonzalez, guarded by Baker. At the top for Hatton. Hatton against Dunker. Dribbling to his right, hands it off to Dunn. Dunn against Gregory Mares. Dribbling right of the lane, spinning, bounce pass, right corner for Hatton. Hatton looking down low, bounce pass for Gonzalez, right baseline. Gonzalez backing, double team, back out to Hatton, straight away to Dunn. Fakes the three, left of the lane, left corner for Gentry. 31 seconds to go as Gentry looks up at the clock on the cross-court pass to Dunn. Dunn against Gregory Mares with 25 seconds remaining. Dunn back out to Gentry just beyond the timeline. We are down to 19 seconds remaining in the game. On the high right to Gonzalez against Baker, dribbling to his left. Cross-court pass to Gentry. Gentry with 13.3 seconds to go as Platte Valley calls timeout. Well, they ate up about 49 seconds to be exact. And Platte Valley's either going to win this game in regulation or it's going to go into overtime unless they put up a shot too early. If you're Platte Valley, what do you do here?
Well, if you're Platte Valley, you're going to try and get it to your guy on the outside. I mean, Dunn has been on fire from three-point land, and he can shoot it.
So that's your number one option.
That's my number one. My number two is either going inside to Jones or to Gonzalez.
Well, I guess if you're the Bead Diggers, you would rather allow Dunn to beat you from the outside than a cheap basket by
That's right.
Gonzalez or Jones for the inside.
The thing is that they're going to have to try to play straight-up man-to-man and get a steal on the inbounds play in order to make this work.
Brush 40. Platte Valley 40. The winner of this game earns third place in the Patriot League tournament and a higher seed than the loser of this game going into the 32-team regional and state tournament, which begins on Friday in Class 3A. The Bead Diggers on defense will have Tormolen, Baker, Dunker, Maris, and Needens. Connor Hatton to throw it in to the right of the Platte Valley bench in the front court. Over to Jordan Dunn. Dunn with 10 seconds to go on the high right is going to feed Gentry. Gentry right baseline, spins in the corner with 5, with 4. Bounce pass to Gonzalez with 3, and we got a whistle.
Timeout.
And another Platte Valley timeout with exactly 3 seconds to go.
Diggers did a great job on that. They didn't get the play that they wanted to. They wanted to set that screen and roll with Gonzalez and Dunn, and they didn't get that to happen. Gentry and Dunn. They didn't get that to happen, so then they didn't have that lob pass in. And on the other side, Jones and whoever else was in, I couldn't see who else was in, didn't do anything to get themselves open for the shot either. So good job, Diggers.
Well, let's remember what just happened in the third-place girls game where Bertha defeated Platte Valley, or Valley, I should say, at the buzzer. And that was on a different type of play where Kendall Baker went coast to coast. Here, obviously, Platte Valley's going to try and score the way they scored moments ago when Dunn cut to the basket off that Gentry inbounds pass, and he was wide open.
And keep in mind that the entry comes from the baseline now, not the sideline. So the same play that they ran the last time and had Gentry for a wide open layup, Diggers are going to have to talk, and they're going to have to switch on the screens. And they're setting double picks, so they're going to have to be having someone on top of that.
All right, Platte Valley will inbound it.
See what it was.
And you're right, the Bead Diggers call a timeout.
Saw what they were going to do.
So they will set up the defense here with exactly 3 seconds to go with a game deadlocked at 40.
So whoever's on Dunn is going to have to stay up in his grill because he can shoot from wherever in this gym, it seems like.
Well, but, like you said, that's a lower percentage shot than a little 2 to 5 footer, which could ultimately win the game for Platte Valley.
Yes.
Unfortunately, the Bee Diggers had about 3 different occasions in the fourth quarter where they had a 2-point lead, but on every one of those occasions, the Bee Diggers could not come up with a stop. In other words, Brush never had possession of the basketball with the lead. They've always had possession either behind or with a game tied. Connor Hatton to throw it in to the left of the basket for Platte Valley. Looking down low, feeds Gentry down low inside. The ball's knocked away and is taken by Needens. The ball will go to the Bee Diggers, and the game will go into overtime, as it was knocked away by Brush inside, and Needens intercepted it. And that is turnover number 18 for Platte Valley. We'll take a 1-minute break as we go to overtime. Brush 40, Platte Valley 40 on 1010 KSIR and KSIR.com.